What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Fireside Rangers. I'm your host, Eric Wilson. Today, joined by my co-host, Will Cohen. Today, we're diving deep into Matt Rempe, the Terminator, the brick wall. He looks like Goon. It's like we're watching Goon fold on live TV. It's insane. He's got zero chill. Anyone can get it. He's got, in 4 games played in his career, he's got a pretty incredible stat line going for him so far. Everyone that's a Rangers fan loves Matt Rempe. And even if you're not a Rangers fan, he's been getting a lot of attention by the NHL and ESPN just because of how awesome he is. But we're going to get right into that. But before we do, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss a notification. If you're watching us on Apple or Spotify, be sure to give us a 5-star review. Leave your thoughts on Matt Rempe down in the comment section below. And be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms at Fireside Rangers on Instagram, X, and TikTok. But before we do get into the Matt Rempe discussion, I do want to have a little side discussion about the fact that the Rangers are on a 10-game win streak. They play tonight against the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are at the bottom of the Metropolitan Division. And if the Rangers do win tonight, they will set a new franchise record for the longest win streak in Rangers history. So obviously, the Rangers are playing phenomenally right now, the best they've played all season. Will, give us your thoughts on this recent stretch of play.
They look better than they did when in their historic start in like November. I feel like yesterday was a little bit of a sloppier game, but they've been playing complete hockey in my opinion. They've been limiting their high danger. They've been limiting high danger chances. Their defense has been good. Their offense has been producing. They've gotten production from all four lines. Goaltending has been really well. Has been playing really great. Igor Shesterkin obviously is perfect in February so far. I think he has like a .951 save percentage. He has a shutout. He should have 4 shutouts in February, but that didn't happen. But everything is clicking for the Rangers right now, and it's awesome. I mean, obviously they went through that little slump at the end of December and in January, but now they've gotten out of that, and this 10-game win streak really has fans looking towards the playoffs and how they're going to do in that. So I'm excited. They look great, and I'm happy for them.
Yeah, obviously, best hockey of the Ranger season happening right now. 10 straight. Igor is cooking. The defense has looked great recently, and the offense is good too. Special shout out to Alexi Lafreniere. He just keeps scoring goals. He's hot. Can't be stopped. We love to see it. But let's get into the Matt Rempe discussion. So I'm going to break down a stat line that we've got here. He's got 4 career NHL games under his belt, one of which was the Stadium Series, first rookie in NHL history to play in his NHL debut in an outdoor game. Kind of badass. In that game, in his first shift, he gets into a fight. And then across the 3 other games he's played, he's gotten into 2 more fights. So he's had 3 fights in his career. He's got 1 ejection and 27 penalty minutes while only having 15 minutes and 3 seconds of time on ice. So this man, I saw this really funny tweet yesterday where it's like Matt Rempe as soon as he hits the ice, and it was the Green Goblin mask calling to Norman Osborn. But I don't know. He's just an absolute menace. Like, anyone can get it. We have players coming up to him before the game asking if they can fight him because the guy is 6'8.5". He's so tall that the NHL website like doesn't even have it right. They put him at 6'7", and he said, "No, that's wrong. I'm 6'8.5". He's 241 pounds, the biggest player on the Rangers. He has Adam Edstrom beat by just like 2 inches and like 6 pounds. But guy is insane. Like, he is literally like a robot, and I love him. I have immediately fallen in love with Matt Rempe, and I'm very excited to watch more hockey from him. But Will, I'll let you dive into your take on him.
Dude, I remember like him getting into his first shift with the Rangers. Like, he got on the ice, and like before I could even like say anything or look up, like as I was looking at the ground, he's just beating the shit out of Matt Martin, and it was pretty cool. I mean, I can't lie, my voice was shot after that. I was so excited for that. But during warmups, I mean, that guy's a big boy. Like, he's huge. Like, he looks big on TV, but in person, like, I was probably like a couple 100 feet away from the ice because I was in section 300. But that dude is huge. Like, he's he's gigantic. Like he's probably the biggest human I've ever seen with my eyes. Like it's nuts. But I mean, he brings a lot to the Rangers. Well, a lot in like energy. He brings a lot of energy to the Rangers with his fighting. And like you said, I mean, guys are going up to him. Matt Martin went up to him in warmups a week ago today, and then Delorier went yesterday. And I think guys are seeing this rookie who's 6'8.5", and they probably haven't seen a guy that big since Zdeno Chara. And they're like, holy crap, this guy's 6'8". Like, I want to fight him. Like Matt Martin said he had a longer reach than Zdeno Chara did. Like, that's just nuts. And that's a huge compliment too. But he's awesome. I don't know what his role is going to be with the Rangers. I don't know if he's going to stick in the NHL, but man, these past 4 games have been awesome with him on the ice. And he scored his first NHL goal yesterday, which was awesome.
Yeah. I realized that right when you started talking. I went through his entire stat line, and I forgot to mention that he did have his first NHL goal, which was a game winner against the Philadelphia Flyers, a game in which he did fight someone. It was Delorier, right?
Yeah, Delorier.
And which that was, I think, easily fight of the year. It's in the conversation for like one of the best fights of the decade.
That was like a real fight. Like I think both players connected on every single punch they threw.
Yeah. If to anyone watching this video, if you weren't able to watch last night's game, pause this right now, go watch that fight between Rempe and Delorier, and then come right back, because it's one of those fights that you want to see. It was insane, and I don't know, but obviously in 4 games, I'm satisfied with what I've seen. It's probably the most entertaining player I've seen since like in a while. Like obviously you have guys like Panarin that are really fun to watch because they score a lot of points. But it's been a long time since we've had anyone that's just out there just like set on like kill mode and just like wants to just destroy everything in his path. Like the closest we got was Ryan Reeves.
And he barely even fought. I think Rempe has fought more times than Reeves did in almost 2 years here.
Yeah, it's like I wouldn't be shocked if he fights again. I don't even care. It's like, yeah, whenever he does it, he goes in the box for 5 minutes and we have to run with 11 forwards. But like, I don't care. I want him to step onto the ice tonight against Columbus and just start pounding on Boone Jenner. Like,
damn, bro, that would make.
And then I don't even care about what the rest of the game. If we lose, I don't care as long as Boone Jenner just gets hammered by Matt Rempe. But I don't know. Like, it's just such an entertaining form of hockey. It's been like when was the last time we had an enforcer like this? Probably like Zdeno Chara. Like,
yeah, but Charo actually was like kind of good at hockey too.
Yeah, I saw another tweet that said Matt Rempe is like an enforcer from the 90s who was cryogenically frozen and then just thawed out in 2024.
He's literally Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator. Like he went, well, I guess in that movie he went back in time, but Rempe goes forward in time.
He went forward in time, and he's here to make it everyone's problem. But let's transition a little bit from the hype train and just kind of like real talk. What is his future with the Rangers? Because I mean, the way that I look at it right now is the Rangers have been missing a player like this for a while. Like, you look back last year's playoffs, one of the biggest problems was that we weren't physical at all. We didn't play with a high level of effort. We were too pretty, Patrick Kane, Artemi Panarin, like all of those types of players kind of like screwed us in the end in that series against New Jersey, where just Jersey played harder and faster and they won. But now, the same this season, we're like, we still don't really have a player that can do all that. Now, all of a sudden, here comes Matt Rempe, and then he's just like a unit, and he's out here doing everything that the Rangers have been missing. So to me, and when it comes to this potential playoff run, which like obviously more than likely is going to happen once the regular season concludes, I would be fine with keeping Rempe on the roster as long as he doesn't become like a defensive liability and he's not hurting the team. Like, I don't care if he doesn't score that many points. I'd be more than happy to have him on the 4th line, just destroying people in the playoffs. As for Adam Edstrom on the 4th line, maybe I would want to get like a more solid guy, maybe like a Tyler Mott type of deal. But I'm rocking with Rempe this year, and as long as he continues playing like he has in his first 4 games, sure, man, keep him around in the playoffs. Maybe just be a little more disciplined then, though.
I don't know. I don't think he sticks in the NHL. I said that earlier. I think if him or Edstrom are going to stick in the NHL, I think it's going to be more of Edstrom. I mean, I do like Rempe, and I think he does. He is a good skater. That's one thing I've noticed. Like a guy who's 6'8.5" shouldn't be skating how he does. Like he just glides out there in the ice, probably just because how big his damn strides are. But I mean, he's a powerful hitter. You know, he fights. He can get into those greasy areas. But like, I don't know if he's going to stick. Um, I think before the trade deadline, as soon as we trade for somebody, I think he gets sent back down to the NHL. But I think in his future, he's going to be one of these guys that kind of like what Connor Mackey did this year. He's going to come up for a game when there's an injury, probably beat the shit out of someone, and then come back and then go get sent back down, but spark, a winning streak or put energy in the locker room or something like that. I don't know, but I like him, but I just don't see him sticking in the NHL at all.
Yeah, but so let's say this season, like he doesn't stick. Who goes on that fourth line? Who takes his place?
I mean, they've talked about trading for somebody, so it's probably a trade. If they get like a third line guy, they'll probably put Brodzinski down there, put VZ up on the third line, something like, or not third line, but they could put VZ on the third line or fourth line, and then put Brodzinski on the fourth line too. Rempe and Edstrom go down, so or someone gets scratched. I don't know, but I just can't see him sticking in the NHL for right now.
Yeah. Long term, I think I might agree, but at least for this season, unless we do go out and trade for someone else, I personally am rocking with them. But again, it's only been 4 games, so it's a very, very small sample size that we have here. And we'll definitely see more in the future. But let us know how you feel about Matt Rempe down in the comment section below. Or are you more on my side where you kind of want to see him stick around for the rest of the season, or are you more like Will, where you think we can go out and trade for someone a little better and that maybe Rempe might not stick? He is just a 6th round pick, but he wasn't expected to be like one of the top guys that was coming up. But we'll see what happens in the future. And we'll be sure to cover everything with the Rangers moving forward into that future. So thank you all for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss notification. If you're watching us on Apple or Spotify, be sure to give us a 5-star review. Once again, leave your thoughts on Matt Rempe down in the comment section below. And lastly, be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms at Fireside Rangers. Have a good one. Let's beat Columbus, beat Boone Jenner, and yeah, let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers.